What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Tyson, the Gypsy King Fury. Tyson Fury names the hardest hitting heavyweight, and he states that now it's no longer Deontay Wilder. Tyson Fury is, of course, set to face Francis Ngannou on October the 28th in a crossover bout in which has drawn both types of criticism in equal measures. Former UFC champion Ngannou holds the world record for the hardest punch ever recorded, but Fury doesn't seem too bothered by that, saying the Predator must be able to land first. He says, "I don't get concerned over a man's ability because that's his God-given talent. He's strong and he can knock men out. That's what he does. But all of these guys can punch. If you let a heavyweight hit you in the face, knockout. So it's up to me not to let that happen. If he lands a punch on me, great. If he doesn't, then he doesn't. My chin isn't like a piece of paper when you touch it. It just falls over. You'll find out that I'm very tough. That's the reason I've had 34 fights unbeaten in 15 years. They say people say that Deontay Wilder is the biggest puncher in heavyweight boxing, but I beat him. I knocked him out. So I take that crown. I'm the biggest puncher in heavyweight boxing." Let me counterpunch. Listen, that's a total contradiction. He had me going. I'm thinking he's going to say Francis Ngannou. It's no Deontay Wilder no more, it's Francis Ngannou, but then my counter would have been, why do you know you haven't been hit by Francis Ngannou to make that determination? However, he says that he thinks that he's the hardest puncher. Well, you talking about a fighter's God-given ability to knock people out, okay? That's their ability. Francis Ngannou, knockout ability. Deontay Wilder, knockout ability. Most heavyweights, sure, knockout ability, they're heavyweights. However, why would you try to take someone else's credit for hitting the hardest? See, it's the hardest hitter, not the best. State you're the best, not the hardest hitting. That's like Ali saying, I beat all these dummies. I beat George Foreman the Mummy. I beat the ugly dummy, Joe Frazier. I went back and I whooped Ken Norton too. Look, I'm the hardest puncher. That doesn't even make sense. You know, he's not the hardest puncher. You know, and in talking about has he punched himself, well, I guess he has punched himself. So I guess only he knows how that feels. But understand, but seriously though, seriously, you know, him saying he's the hardest puncher, that's just stupid. Just say you're the best. It makes no sense what Tyson Fury's saying. He's contradicting himself. You know, I think that category should be at least praised because he's praised that category. And it just shows you that the ego is seeping through because he's no longer wanting or desiring to give Deontay Wilder that jacket of hitting the hardest no more. Just because they can hit hard doesn't mean you hit harder than them. Just because you survive doesn't make you the hardest puncher. Say you got the best chin because you're the ones that took that shot and had to get up from the shit, right? You know, like, make things make sense when you start talking shit because people like me will soon see right through it. Bars. But anyway, look, this is classic Tyson Fury stuff. He's revealing that he hits the hardest, not Deontay Wilder, not Francis Ngannou, but Tyson the Gypsy King himself. Crowns himself is the hardest punching heavyweight in the division. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!